with it right. Here with who I started with, we something like a Spartan. It's going hard regardless. I'm from the 826 plus 5. Mo bitches, H1 Central Coast, mom and suicide. Family's arsonist. I step in the booth and cast, I gotta keep it lit. Engineer all my music, I work hard at this.
That's right, and we're back. Live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. Your favorite Chicano stream on the internet is back one more time. Do me a favor, man. There's a row of buttons right here. Let's go ahead and explain them. That way we can get to this pinchy video. Go ahead and hit that like button right there, por favor, gente. Si gustan, if you support her, right? If you support the content that we drop, there's a like button right there at the bottom that you can hit. Right next to it, there's a chinga tu madre button. That's for the lurkers, the creepers, the stalkers, the weirdos, the chomo, like the one we're talking about today, the chomos, the predators, and all their supporters, right? You can go ahead and hit the chinga tu madre button. It's all to the good, man. There's also a share button where you can share, which your phone is linked up to your social medias. Share the Pinchy page, man. We're growing and we're knocking on the door at 16K. And here we go, man. 2026 is the fucking takeover. It's our year. And so anyways, and there's also a hype video button, which go to the comments and swipe right. Or you can even swipe on the bar where the like button is. Swipe to the right. There's a hype video. Por favor, do me a favor and hype this Pinchy video. It just helps us reach wider and wider audience. Before we get into the title of this video, Maniako Mindz, the cult leader, ignites a race war on a live. Someone come get this pendejo. Let's go through the formalities. Gracias to all the day oneers. Gracias to everyone in the members only. The members only is the backbone of the community. We just dropped a banger on there that the fucking internet would love to hear, but it's exclusive, cabrones. It goes over to the members only. So shout out to the members only for their support, man. Something 99 every single month. I just highly appreciate that, man. You get the special avatar, the level fucking captain, YouTube yarda, wrench, and etc. So shout out to members only. And if you're new to the channel, nothing but fire bangers, man, are dropped on the daily. Do me a favor. I shouldn't have to remind you, but if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe over to the channel. I'll give you a short bio. I'm just a small town boy from East Salinas, small town, born and raised, Alisal District at 93905. Saw me born, saw me raised in it, and I turned a negative over into a positive. So just stay tuned, man. We got nothing but fire-ass content dropping on the daily over here. Without further ado, let's go. So someone sent me over a clip, and I couldn't believe my eyes. And I said, what the fuck? You know, the internet landia, YouTube landia, computer land, whatever you want to call it. I fucking coined all those phrases right there off the top of the dome. You know, it's a place that it's almost the complete opposite of reality, man. Motherfuckers will come on the internet, fake the funk, look at me, and you know, it creates self-esteem issues. It creates issues if you're insecure, and it creates a lot of things. And another thing that's very, very prevalent on the internet is racial issues. There's more racial issues talked about on the internet than anywhere else, okay? It ain't happening. If according to the internet, shit like that is happening on every street corner of every fucking block in every 50 states inside the union. And we just know that's absolutely not true. And some of it is really just for content purposes, right? People need something to talk about, so let's give them something to talk about, etc. Yeah, but you know what? I'm not going to be talking about something at the expense of, you know, kicking off some shit or talking about something that's going to get people stirred up and riled up, etc. Right? I've only been on the necks of lames, weirdos, predators, chomos, people we don't want around our family, people we don't want around our wives, people we don't want around our children. And I will keep warning the masses on the internet about these individuals. I'm not saying I'm walking on water. I'm not saying I'm perfect. But guarantee this, your boy ain't got nothing of that weirdo shit. We just don't play that. We do things a little bit different over here. So anyways, Maniako Mindz, right? This individual had one of the biggest falls of grace, right, of the year, right? He's definitely going to be all over the YouTube Yarda Awards. That's that video, the coveted video that you guys can't wait to see. I'm going to drop that one on New Year's Eve. That way when you guys are off of work, or maybe you got the day off, Or maybe it's a half day. You get off at noon and you start getting ready for the party at night, the countdown, the fucking New York ball dropping. This individual, you're going to be watching the YouTube Yarda Awards, and he's going to come out in multiple categories, man. Probably Predator of the Year for sure. He's going to be in that category. This individual right here, again, he has no shame, man. This individual, again, he thinks his shit doesn't stink. He's really on a high horse, right? And, why don't you get educated? These are some of his fucking favorite slogans right here. Why don't you get educated? And he says some shit that I'm like, but that's not real. Oh, no, you're not real. No, this is not real. No, you don't have blood. But that's not real. No, that's not real. No, you're not watching YouTube right now. And I'm like, this guy is wordplay. And the way he twists things up is pretty much the definition of a cult leader, right? I mean, the people that are on this channel, again, I'm not knocking anyone, nor do I wish anyone unsubscribe, unfollow. That's everyone's cup of tea. Me, myself, I don't watch channels of predators. Me, myself, I don't watch channel of 40-year-old men who impregnate teenagers and then come on here and think their shit don't stink and try to talk all deep, etc. Well, he's come to the point where out of everything he has on, and there's several jackets, right? And these are verified jackets. I don't make shit up. I'm not big fucking Clutch. I'm not melting face. Esa pinche descarado pussy who ducked the fade, which I'm gonna catch you next year in Texas, punk. I'm not him throwing jackets with no fucking merit at all, right? These jackets are verified, right? We know that he tattooed on a minor, which was illegal. We know he lied. He said, I always ask for a notarized letter. That's a lie. You can't even get a notarized letter from parents. Your parents can't consent to their child being tattooed in California. It's a crime. It's a crime. You can't do it, period. That was the first lie. And the second lie he told, I didn't know she was 14. That's a motherfucking lie, because I don't know how a 40-year-old man finds things in common with a 14-year-old. It just doesn't happen. It was you took advantage of her. You knew what you were doing. You were tattooing on her. And then later on, you got her pregnant, you sick piece of shit. Anyways, but he doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about that. He'll come on here and tell you, the fall of Babylon is real, mija, and all this other shit, right? So he just came on a podcast, and this is because there's been something boiling on the internet, and it was another comment that I think, in my opinion, got taken out of context. I mean, you hear Lucky from Hoodstocks, right? Having dialogue with Loca, man. Shout out to Hoodstocks. Shout out to Lucky. Shout out to D Hoodstar. Shout out to Rick Droops, Loca, Casey. Shout out to all of them over there, right? There was a comment that was taken out of context because they're talking about Jenny 6ix9ine and Blueface, right? And Lucky's having a dialogue like, hey, you won't send him a money order? Hey, he's a good-looking man. Hey, this, hey, that, right? He's talking about Blueface. But what the internet will do is get one comment, run with it. And people that like to race bait, which I'm going to show you a clip of a podcast. This podcast, I'm not even going to say the fucking name of the podcast because I saw some clips of this podcast, and all they want to do is race bait on this podcast. So we're not going to give them no clout, okay? We're not going to name the podcast because, again, these are podcasts that, again, they're trying to go viral. That's all they're trying to do. They're trying to go viral. They're trying to get followers, and look at us. And they probably laugh about how fucking exaggerated and racial they fucking sound, but they know they're doing it for clicks and views and likes, right? Well, Maniako Mindz decides to jump on this as if he's some kind of representative for the people, okay? Which he is the furthest thing. First of all, and Maniako Mindz says, well, I don't believe in DNA. I don't believe in DNA. Well, the reason you say that is because you don't want your DNA pulled because you know that you're not raza. That's a fact. That's a fact, right? You might be 10%, right? Sometimes, you might be in those lower numbers, 10, 5. There's a lot of little 3, 2, 1s that get put on there. I don't even trust the Ancestry DNA, but I ended up getting a biologist, a professional biologist, okay? And he told me, no, Mikey, you give me your blood and you give me your results from Ancestry DNA, and I'll tell you who you are genetically, right? So he doesn't believe in DNA. He doesn't believe in this. He's got a fucking a flat brain, all that stuff, right? But people still go over there, right? And he sits there like your shit don't stink, right? He knows everything. Educate yourself. Educate yourself. Okay, cabron. Well, to each his own. Hey, I hope it goes good for you in life. I really hope nothing harm happens to you, etc. But if you get behind the walls, you're gonna find out. I think it's a whole different story, right? I think some people might be waiting for you, right? Anyways, so this guy joins that podcast. This is a race fucking baiting podcast. And again, I didn't agree with some of the podcasts that came out and were throwing shit at Lucky, man. He said this, he said that, the Mexicans. And again, it's all on the fucking internet, man. A lot of people are bitches. A lot of people ain't got no pull up inside of them. They just want the views, clicks, and likes. Again, it's the metaverse, right? It's the opposite of reality, right? Reality is when I turn this shit off and get back to what I do, right? Anyways, so let's go ahead and bring up a clip and let's hear the almighty cult leader trying to represent the raza, right? It's funny because he would make fun of American Cholo, saying, "Oh, you're trying to represent the raza." I actually think American Cholo has more indigenous blood than you, puto. I actually think that, but again, you don't want someone to take your blood because everyone's going to find out, well, you're not raza. But again, let's go ahead and get into this exchange and break it down. Ready? All right, let me see. Let's bring this shit up. Where on this down? Here it is. All right, let's go. Damn it. I don't know what the fuck. Oh, man, this is crazy. I don't know how this is supposed to diffuse things when it comes to racial tensions on the internet. I don't know how it's supposed to diffuse things. Again, we're not going to mention this podcast over here, but that podcast, they just want to race bait. And that's their whole fucking meat and potatoes. That's the nucleus of their message. Race. So it was definitely, it wasn't the best of panels to be able to have this discussion on, because you're going to go in there with people that are already looking to make clips out of this shit again and again and again. But this guy is telling the black community on the internet that they don't know their own history. You tell me, how in the hell does this reach any kind of level of mediation to diffuse racial tensions? It doesn't. He's adding to the fucking fire. That's why this baboso is the furthest representation of La Raza. Now, maybe in his head, La Raza doesn't mean what it really means. La Raza means La Raza Mexicana, La Raza Café, La Raza del Sol, La Raza de Oro. I can go on and on and on. And he probably doesn't even know what I just fucking said right now, because he doesn't know Spanish for shit. And if he did know Spanish, he would understand that I'm talking about La Raza, La Gente del Sol, the people of the sun, pendejo. But of course you don't know. And of course, you've never even been to Mexico and talked to the people, seen the pyramids, seen the culture, but you love to talk about it. But hey, that's fine. To each his own. Let's keep going down this hole. Go. I teach your history. Fuck. I think Lucky said it right. But again, these individuals won't know. They're going to eat this shit up. The dude, he does have the face, right, of a cholo. right? Not a Chicano. He has the face of a Cholo, right? I mean, I told you guys, right? Chicano, Cholos, a lot of Chicanos are Cholos, but it's not the same. But I get it. It's intertwined. I get all that. That's not the video for this, right? Tiene la pinche cara de Cholo el güey, pelón, pelonete, cabeza de cohete, pinche vato chimuelo, sin dientes. You know, he doesn't even know what I said, right? Again, because it's not raza, right? But it is what it is, right? He has that face. So they probably just said, oh, here's a Mexican and let's fucking go and let's make some clips out of him. But how disrespectful for you to tell another culture that I teach your culture? Who the fuck are you? It's like a pinche gabacho telling me, oh, I know more about your culture than you. I teach your culture. Let's go, man. Let's go. Okay. So I think he meant you know, because again, he's again, I don't know it to be true because well, he doesn't believe in pulling blood to find out his DNA because he's not gonna post what I posted on the fucking internet, right? I actually did a whole video. You can watch it. I only posted one slide, but there's like a 20-page PowerPoint on the internet from science teacher. Shout out to science teacher, the biologist, my boy. Gotta have you back on the podcast. He won't post his DNA because, again, he's just not proud. And there's nothing wrong with what I'm about to say right now, right? Whatever you are, whatever culture you are, whatever blood's inside of you, you got to be proud of that shit. You got to be proud. I mean, just wear it on your chest. I don't know what it is with this individual, but he is not proud of the fact that he's half white. Again, nothing wrong with that. Wear it on your fucking chest, man. You're half white. But the reason you don't want to admit that is because you know that that would disqualify you amongst the gente, the people, the raza, especially to be some kind of fucking teacher of our culture, because now we're going to call you a miklo. So that's what you are. You're just the miklo, right? But anyways, what he's telling them is that the individual said, why don't you talk about your Asian culture? He actually was trying to say, because he probably seen it on the internet, the videos that came out and said, no, he's half white or maybe 75%, maybe even more than we know, but I don't know. He doesn't believe in DNA, but he doesn't want to put it out there. I say, why not? I put mine out there. 52% indigenous, 47% Spanish, and 1% was like a mix, okay, of African or I forgot what it was, but you can go back and see the video, right? It's me and science teacher, and we did it in May around Cinco de Mayo. This guy is a fucking joke. What an embarrassment. Instead of trying to diffuse the situation, it's getting worse, gente. Fuck, man. It's all bad. This is why we rolled this pendejo up off the YouTube yada. Well, it was really because, again, he likes to cruise the high school and get fucking teenagers pregnant. So obviously he's a predator, okay? We rolled him up for that, but look at, if he did have any kind of opportunity to represent the raza, this was his intention, to go on this fucking live, represent the raza the right way. Again, to him, this is the right way. See, I don't even know where to go with this, man. This fucking guy is just unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. That's why this fucking guy is a fucking cockroach, man. That's all he is, man. Pinchy bubble gum at the bottom of the shoe. Just look at him, man. He's an arrogant chomo. That's what he is, man. He's sitting up there on a high horse telling the black community about their culture. Okay, even if you did have points that were right because you studied maybe something that they didn't study, would it be the appropriate time right now when racial tensions on the internet, this is not reality, right? In the real world, Martin Luther King and a lot of the civil rights movements and stuff like that went ahead and diffused that shit like fucking 70, 80%. I'm sure there's still some cities. I've been to some cities still, during this fucking, even in this millennium right now, that there's still some shit that still exists. I went to one city. They didn't want to cut my hair. They don't want to feed me. It was in Oregon. It was in Grants Pass, Oregon. Okay. So there's still some shit that exists like that. We got in line to eat. We're not serving food right now. We went to the fucking barber shop. We're not cutting hair right now. We got the drift pretty quick, right? Anyways, but again, this guy who is he representing in this video the way he's acting? That's what I want to know. I fucking even can't with this fucking guy. Wow. I'm blown away, gente. I'm absolutely blown away. And when he was talking shit about American Cholo, saying you don't represent the raza, me and American Cholo have had our history, but it is what it is. But I will tell you this very objectively, unbiasedly, looking between this pendejo Maniako Mindz, aka Chester, the rubber chicken, aka King Zesty, aka Big Joto, between him and American Cholo has class. He has professionalism. He actually does things from the community. He's not hiding out in a little shack, okay? And he doesn't have shit on his jacket like you try to accuse him of. That was another fall from grace. You read some fake paperwork, etc. And then you say, well, I said during the fake paperwork that I don't know if this is true. I don't know if it's true. Then why did you look at the camera and said you can't come back from this? Your favorite podcaster, wannabe raza leader, and all this shit. Well, why did you say those things if you thought that the paperwork wasn't true, baboso? Again, we ain't fucking with this guy. We're not touching this guy with a 10-foot pole. I don't wish no ill will. I really wish he would get his family back together because his family is in shambles and pieces. How do I know? He did hours and hours of content talking about each and every individual child, putting all their affairs out on the internet. And their children took it as far as jumping on other podcasts and retaliating with their sides of the story, which it got very ugly and very messy. But this is the last pendejo on the internet that needs to be diffusing racial tensions. This is the last pendejo. I need to get this fucking guy off my screen, man. I can't even. I don't want to see this fucking no more, man. This is the last guy on the internet that you should be seeking for advice from, relationship advice from. I couldn't believe it that he would come on the internet and tell you this is what you have to do. This is how you have to raise your kids. This is what you have to. Pendejo, your house is completely out of order and you have absolutely no, you actually have paisa dorm level clecha. Because, again, not that it's a feather on your cap, but that's all you know. That's all you know. So it's no surprise that you'll jump on a podcast and you now should be the motherfucking brunt of every video on YouTube and on the internet for your conduct. So I'm inviting all the content creators. Make some content out of this video. And if you need it, hit me up 831-240-4328 and I will send you that link. Again, I'm not going to mention that other podcast that he jumped on because after I seen a couple video or clips, I don't have fucking time to see full videos. I noticed that that's a race bait channel. Whether you like it or not, just look at the majority of their content, right? The majority of their content is race baiting. So this individual, I don't know what the fuck he's doing, man, but gente, drop a like if you like this kind of content. Drop a comment below and tell me what you think about this fucking Maniako, okay, that comes out as all wise, all knowing cult leader, but couldn't tell a 14-year-old from a 20-year-old girl? How stupid are you? No, I don't think you're that stupid. I think you knew what you were doing, right? Sending text messages, hey, let's hook up. And you did what you did, try to cover it up, and it all came out later. Okay, we'll see you on the YouTube Yarda Awards in the Predator category, okay? And if you like this content, hit the pinchy like button. Drop a comment below and let me know what you think. And yes, go ahead and let's get on this fucking guy's helmet for trying to represent the raza, but representing it the wrong way. All right, gente, I'm out to the next episode. Don't forget to help others move in excellence because it's going to help them. It's going to help you at the same time simultaneously. It's the holidays and the internet is on fire, but don't forget to go shopping. Don't forget to eat a pinche tamale, grab some champurrado, and Nochebuena ya mero viene, cabrones, so get ready to pistear toda la pinche santa noche hasta la madrugada. Let the DJ play as we celebrate Nochebuena and Feliz Navidad. To all the raza, gente, I'm out. I'll see you on the next episode.